Hello friends, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new here. Today we're thrifting again. As soon as I came in, I saw this warmer. I've mentioned this before because I've seen it before, but my mom had this in her kitchen. So whenever I see it, I just think about my mom and her apple kitchen, which I don't know, not when I was a kid either, just recently, like before she passed away. Pretty much whenever I see apple things for the kitchen, but my grandma has a red kitchen too, so she took some of the things from my mom's kitchen and has them in her kitchen, so I was happy for that. I love these strawberries made out of walnuts. I think they're meant for a Christmas tree. I have a couple that I thrifted over the years that are like ornaments made from nuts, but they had quite a bit of like fall and Halloween things out when I went. There were a few things that were giving me like 90s Halloween vibes, that witch, and then also this teddy bear. And then I'm pretty sure it's in this store. I see something else that is very 90s, like Halloween. I feel like this teacup stand pretty much stays the same all the time, but it looks really nice. But I have almost backed up into this so many times because when it's busy, there's not that much space and the aisles are a little bit close together. So scared every time I like accidentally hit it. I've been seeing these, I think they're like growing up girls is what they're called. I've been seeing these so much lately in thrift stores. Seems to be like an abundance of them, which kind of makes me feel a little sad because, you know, they probably all came from the same family. I was actually kind of looking for a lamp on this day, and I was considering this one, but the cord was so gross. Even if I cleaned it, I'd probably never be able to scrub that memory from my brain, so I ended up leaving it there. But I really wanted an oil lamp for a long time, but now that I have Betty, there's no way I could have something like that. I wouldn't trust her even if I was sitting right next to it. So, but we had them, a lot of them in my house when I was growing up. So this bear right here is giving me major 90s Halloween vibes. Super cute. I feel like it's something I would have saw in like my teacher's class or something, like in elementary school. This little village set would be perfect for if someone had like a 90s kitchen. I feel like it's giving a little bit of Spice Village vibes. It looks like they were selling each piece individually though, so hopefully somebody like buys it all together. I loved this set so much, but I really don't need it. I rarely ever look in this case or film it because it's always so busy and it's like right up by the cash. But it just happened that there was like no one there at all when I was at that part of the store, so I thought I'd have a little look. Seeing these Tupperware measuring cups gave me major nostalgia. I think we had the same ones. I think we may have even had them in orange too. I can't remember. It might have been yellow. In the linen section, I saw these really beautiful set of like napkins and I think maybe placemats. Still in the package, like not opened. I actually see stuff like this all the time, not opened. I think people probably got it for a gift and then think like, oh, I'll use it sometime, but then they never end up using it. So, but there was another one too that was in kind of different colors, but they're pretty inexpensive. This one had placemats for sure, but I don't need anything like that, so I just left it there for someone else to hopefully find and hopefully use too. You can tell it's old like just by the yellowing of the tape. And this one was a bit cheaper, I think, because it's a little starting to discolor a little. I was hoping to find some vintage sheets, but I didn't see any. I did see some blankets. I was thinking about getting this one, but the holes were really big and Betty likes to stick her paws through and like claw you, so I just left it there. So on this day I was actually looking for a dresser. I didn't think I was going to find one at this store, but I went to another store the same day that had 50% off on furniture, so we actually borrowed a truck from John's work to take with us this day in case I found one. But I saw some kind of very like fall colors, Pyrex. I don't remember the names of either of these patterns, but then I found another bowl with a different pattern, I believe in this store, and I was gonna put it with the rest of these, but then I forgot to move it over there because it was kind of hidden, and I thought, oh, I should put that over where people can see it. Sometimes I feel like I still work in a thrift store, so I'm thinking about things as if I'm working there. But anyway, they did have a lot of dressers. John had come up here before me, so he came back and said, oh, they actually have a lot of dressers back there. So they had like a matching like tall boy of the first dresser I showed. But then I got super distracted by this trunk because I used to have this exact trunk, but in a smaller version. Like when I was a kid in my childhood bedroom, it had been my mom's in the 70s. So just it's the exact same pattern on the inside and everything. And I've thought about this trunk so much over the years because I think when I moved out when I was 18, I just like left it. I don't know what happened to it, but I've thought about it so much over the years and like wish that I had kept it. I feel like the appliances are always the same in this store. Like they never move. This is both like horrifying and fascinating to me. It looks like you could make a grilled cheese like in the toaster in this little bag. I don't know if I've seen anything like that before. I was very curious about it, but also mildly horrified about what kind of chemicals could be in those bags. So this whole shelf was also filled with appliances. This toaster oven looks kind of old, but then like the shelf behind me also filled with appliances. So they're starting to build up. And then the other side was completely filled with pots and pans. It's kind of crazy. Now, I think these two are vintage. The other one isn't. I was briefly thinking, oh, should I get one of these for my kitchen? Because they would match. But then I was like, I would probably never use it. So it would just be one thing that I'd have to like find somewhere to put. But this store had so many fun, colorful glasses. Usually, like if you watch my thrift videos often, you'll know that I'm always saying like, oh, it's all kind of just plain glass these days. And I kind of just skim over it, but this one had a lot of different colored glasses. I loved this Peter Pan one. I don't need any, so I didn't get any, but I did like that one. I did also find another one of those soup mugs that I love so much. So it was pretty inexpensive. I did end up getting this. I do have a green one already, and then I had two other, I think one's like brown and one's tan, so now I have 4. I'm really happy with the glasses that I have, so I don't need any more, but had I still been looking, I definitely would have got these green ones. There was 2 of them there. Very, very much my style. I'm like very hopeful that somebody who's looking for colored glass came in and saw all this. So they also had a bunch of these smoke ones, which are quite popular. Like I see them a lot for sale online, and they're really reasonably priced here, so I'm hoping that someone who was looking for those found them. I also love those too. I definitely would have got those if I was still looking for some. But then they had a bunch of colorful wine glasses up here as well. They're just like so much funner than plain. And then they also had some more of these like smoke kind. I actually have quite a few of the smoke ones already, so I'll like buy the bar in our home, but hopefully somebody who was looking for them came in and found them because they're so reasonably priced. I did see a few pieces here that were notable, I guess. I don't know. I talked about it before, but we had that colored like pots and pans when I was growing up. But here's the other Pyrex bowl, which was kind of hiding. I'm not sure what the name of this one is either, but it was in really good shape. I think it was $15, which I don't know, maybe that's expensive for a thrift store, but at the same time, it's getting like harder to find Pyrex, and if you were buying it online, it'd probably be more expensive. Anyway, I set it aside so that I would remember to put it over with the other ones so people would see it, but then I totally forgot about it. I think I got distracted by something. I saw this Spice of Life piece too, and I was briefly thinking, well, maybe I should get this because I stopped collecting it, but this piece was so small that I thought, well, I could probably fit that in. But I did just leave it there. I was like, you know what? I have enough somebody else might be collecting it, and I'll be happy to find that. I did like the other one that was underneath it too, but it was not in the greatest of shape. They also had tons of Tupperware in here that makes me think that maybe this all came from someone's kitchen. Of course, the strainer that everybody had, and that steamer was quite popular too. I actually really liked that creamer as well. It kind of looked like the glass I showed earlier. And then I saw Mr. Coffee Pot. I am obsessed with the old Mr. Coffee makers. I have an amazing one. It has the same pot except the handle is white, but I just love how there's little flowers on it. I just wish they made stuff cute like that now. I also saw a Tupperware canister, which I don't often see the canisters. I feel like these get scooped up pretty quick by people, but it was nice to see. They also had the cake one, and then they had the flat one, which I think was for like a sheet cake, but I'm pretty sure that you could flip it over and it was like spot for cupcakes. I'm like almost positive that's a real memory. But like it would have little like indents for putting cupcakes. And then I saw this old thermos, which reminds me of like elementary school. I didn't have one because I just walked home for lunch, but and then I saw a Coleman. My grandparents had one just like this when we used to go camping in like the late 80s. So I did end up getting this dresser. So both dressers were $100 each, and they'd only just put them out 2 days before, because I think I filmed this on the 27th. And I couldn't decide between which one I wanted. John also, he got that hacky sack because he had the exact same one when he was a teenager. So he's like, I have to get this. But I couldn't decide. And while we were trying to decide, the woman, one of the women that were working there, she said, oh, you can make us an offer. Like, it's not set in stone, those prices. And because I really wanted them both kind of. So we said, oh, we're thinking about maybe taking both of them. So she was like, you can have them both for $150 instead of $200. So that's what we did. I'm super excited. They're not in perfect condition, but when I said that, John was like, that just means they lived a good life already, which I tend to agree with that. But that is like pretty much the exact kind of style that I was hoping to find. I've been looking on Marketplace for months, like probably 6 months, trying to find a dresser that I like, that's in the style that I wanted, that wasn't like $500. So I was really happy that I got them both. I'm so super happy that we decided to borrow the truck, because had we not had that, I wouldn't have been able to get them. So very excited, but that is all that we got that day. Well, I went to another thrift store and got some things, which I'll post that video probably next week. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed having a look today, a little virtual shop, and I will see you again soon.